As we've moved through this Warrior series, we've seen a huge change in flavour. And this is down to the casks that we've been using, from American oak all the way through to the more rare and precious European oak casks. Now we're getting towards a really high percentage of European oak influence in these whiskies. And it's only fitting that as we go through this Warrior series, we start to tell tales and stories from days gone by of the more important people here on Orkney. Now we've just done Harald. Harald was important on Orkney because he was the king who came from Norway to take control of these isles. Who helped him was a man called Ragnvald. Earl Ragnvald is extremely important in the history of Orkney because it's his work that helped us create the famous St Magnus Cathedral here on the island. And he built the St Magnus Cathedral to celebrate his uncle, St Magnus, who we've also used as a story for previous whiskies. But Ragnvald, the whisky we're going to talk about just now, is really heroing the story and the stories that he created through his travels around the world. Ragnvald was a very forward-thinking warrior. He was quite happy to go anywhere in the world on his longboats, regardless of how dangerous and how precarious the rivers, the people would be. And one of his most famous voyages was down to Constantinople through the Black Sea. And on this journey, they were under huge risk as they meandered down the rivers from ambush and attack. But even though those obstacles were in the way, Ragnvald still made it back to Orkney with herbs and spices, golds, metals, various different things from their trip that they were looking for to bring back to the islands. Now these are hugely celebrated stories and unbelievable feats of maritime navigation in a longboat. Now this whisky carries the Drakkar, the longboat dragon that would look after these guys as they made their way down these rivers and into the Black Sea. The liquid inside has a wonderful russet colour. On the nose, you're getting some nice fruit notes, damsons, nice dark chocolates, Asian spices, things like ginger, galang-galang, subtle cinnamon notes in there as well. And those are all followed up by a really nice dark, high cocoa content chocolate. On the palate, again that chocolate note coming through, but nice and dry on the sides, and then sweet fruit flavours, cherries, followed up by raisin, and again that dark chocolate cutting through that as well. So there's a really interesting complexity here, suitable and very fitting for someone like Earl Ragnvald. And the finish, very nice dark charred smoke, very subtle but wonderful long finish, and then some of those sweet syrup, almost maple-like notes coming through, again like hickory smoke. You get that sort of sweet smoke character. That's Earl Ragnvald, the second last whisky in this Warrior series, and I think a fitting whisky for an absolute hero and warrior here on the Orkney Islands.